Hello everyone, welcome to Ben Robinson Guitars. Today what I would like to do is just go through some of the specs of the Fusion guitar. What is a Fusion guitar? What is it about? We're going to answer those questions today. So the first thing is the body shape. When you look at this body shape, this is 100% my body shape. I call it the Fusion because there's a lot of great guitars that have been produced over the years, and I took a little bit from this one, a little bit from that one, and I came up with my own body shape. It's the Fusion body shape. The other thing about my guitars, and it's all my guitars share this similar design feature. They're thin. This thickness right here of this guitar is less than 1.5 inches. A lot of guitars are 1 5/8 thick, maybe even all the way up to 1 3/4 thick. Mine are thin. In fact, they're thin enough that from the back of my body to the very top of my fretboard is probably thinner than the vast majority of guitars produced. That's the entire thickness. And I did that for weight. Everybody likes a light guitar. I am included on that. A heavy guitar is just no fun. So it's a light guitar. The second thing on feature is this radius right here. It's the easy hold neck contour. And what this does is it really just allows you to wrap your hand. There's no edge. You can really just wrap your hand around this. So you can get to these frets, and you can get to them comfortably. You can get to them very easily. And that radius that I put on there on the neck, it helps to do that. Last thing on the body is this bevel. And I call it the comfort bevel. It just provides a place for your arm to rest. It's not a square hard edge. It's easy to play. And all my guitars have this feature. It's kind of my signature, this bevel. And it just gives you a nice comfortable place to rest your arm. Let's talk about the neck for a second. It is a bolt-on neck. There's four bolt holes here in the back. And they're recessed with some bushings. It provides just a really stable, real stable connection. It's a simple design. It's an effective design, and it allows me to produce the guitars easily, and it allows me to keep the price down too. That's another one of the good features of a bolt-on neck. 12-inch radius fretboard, kind of a little more on the flat side. Certainly not a tight radius. But it's easy to play. It's very effective. Medium-sized frets. There's 22 frets on here, that's kind of some of the design features of the neck. Scale length. Let's talk about scale length for a second. 25 inches. I think 25-inch scale is the perfect middle ground. Some of the guitars have 25.5. Some of the other guitars, I play a Gibson Hummingbird. That is my go-to acoustic guitar, and it's 24 3/4 scale. So I did the 25 because it's very easy for me to go from my acoustic guitar to playing an electric guitar without a tremendous difference in the scale length. So 25-inch scale. Talk about materials for a second. Material, it's all about this, the look and the style and the feel. All the material that I'm using is what I'll call instrument grade, and it's middle of the road. You can spend a lot of money on material for a guitar, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I'm more in the middle ground, and I do that so I can keep my price point where it is. So it's instrument grade. It's not perfect. If you really dive in and you start looking, the grain is somewhat irregular. There's going to be some small pinhead size knots that you can see. You get back 3 feet, 4 feet. It's just you're not going to notice them. But it's just good quality material. Let's talk about the neck material. The way to build a guitar neck is to use quarter sawn material, and you use a quarter sawn material because that is on the strength axis, and it's just a stronger, more robust neck, and it's the way to do things. And you do that because when I bolt this neck on, you get a good solid connection here. Quarter sawn material. The fingerboard is also quarter sawn. And what happens is this neck is alive. You strum this guitar, this neck is vibrating with those strings, and that just adds to the feel and the tone and the sound of this guitar. Fingerboard material, again, quarter sawn, any dense hardwood, tropical hardwood even. I like to use Richlite. I like to use Zero Cody. I like to use Catalogs. These are all materials that are going to provide excellent results. They're going to hold a finish really well. They're dense hard. They're going to play really well. Your fingers aren't going to wear the wood out. You're going to play a long time to wear the wood and give grooves on these. But you know, use that good quality material, and you do things the way that I'm doing them. You're going to have a guitar that is literally alive. Let's talk about the electronics for a minute. We're going to land with the electronics. I use Tone Rider pickups, and the reason why I use Tone Rider pickups is because it's effectively a price point issue. They're middle tier. They're doing some things a lot of pickup manufacturers aren't doing, and they have a really good competitive price. My favorite pickups that they have are their Alnico 2 magnets. It's an overwound, scatterwound humbucker. Alnico 2, they just have a tremendously sweet sound. Some of the greatest electric guitar players of all time will play Alnico 2 magnets. And that's personally what I have on my guitar. Want something a little heavier, want to be able to have a little more punch to those pickups, you go to an Alnico 5, you get the scatterwound, overwound as well. They're just going to be for a heavier playing style. But this guitar has EMG pickups. That's what the customer wanted. I'm more than happy to put whatever pickups the customer would like to have for their particular playing style or what sounds good for their ear. Easily done. One last thing that I do on the electronics is on these are the volume knobs. These are the tone knobs. I always put push pull coil split on the tone. So these two knobs you can pull or push, and it's going to split these humbuckers into a single coil style guitar, and you just do that for a tremendous amount of tone. Just the sounds that you'll get out of my guitars are just incredible. You can really dial it in for the sound that you would like to have. That's the Fusion guitar. If you're interested in purchasing one, contact me. Play a BR guitar. Talk to you soon.